guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Mattel Superpowers Collection, Mr. Mxyzptlk. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's how you say the name. At least I'm pretty sure that's how the cartoon always said his name, so that's what I'm going with. Mr. Mxyzptlk is now in the DC Universe Classics lineup, thanks to Mattel's homage to the Kenner Superpowers line. As you can see, he comes on the same style blister card packaging as all of the other figures. Even though he is much smaller, he's still blister carded. The card back looks just like the retro Kenner style packages, with the blue, red, and yellow colors and the Superpowers logo up there at the top, along with some artwork of Mr. Mxyzptlk that would have probably been used on the Kenner version if it had been released. Flipping the figure around to the backside, you get a look at the other DC Universe Classics figures that could fit the Superpowers bill, and a description of what this Superpowers Collection homage line is all about. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at Mr. Mxyzptlk outside of the package. You're going to notice right away that this is a very unarticulated action figure. There's not a lot of movement you're going to get out of this guy. He is molded in his classic sitting position, which, to be fair, you see him floating around with his legs in Indian style all the time. But this is the way the figure's molded, so there's no movement at the legs whatsoever. The only thing you're going to be able to do is move the head left and right, move the arms up and down at the shoulders only, so the arms are bent in that position permanently, and then you can rotate his waist left and right. So, not going to get very many dynamic poses out of this guy. He's about 3 inches tall since he's in the sitting position there, and of course since he's sitting down, if you've got him on the shelf, he's going to be at the feet of all your figures. This might be a good time to bust out one of those flying stands if you've got one, that way you can at least pose him kind of floating at head level with the other 6-inch figures in the DCUC lineup. Now, as far as the sculpt and paintwork go, this is a really great looking figure. It's a fantastic sculpt, has those great kind of purple colors seen in his outfit with that pale yellow in his tunic and outfit there, and he's a really great looking sculpt all around with a very clean paint job. And it is really cool to finally get Mr. Mxyzptlk in this 6-inch collection of DCUC figures. He's certainly one of the characters that this line was lacking, so it's nice to finally add him to the collection. Now, he was never actually released in the old Kenner Superpowers lineup. He was rumored to be part of the canceled Wave 4, so that is why Mattel kind of put him in with the Superpowers collection. Other than that, he's been a much demanded figure for the DC Universe Classics line, so this was Mattel's way to finally get him out there. The big downside, of course, is the fact that he is a tiny little guy who probably would have worked best in a pack-in, but he's being sold individually for the same price as the other figures, $30. $30 is really steep for an unarticulated 3-inch tall action figure. You're mostly paying for the blister card here. Now, just like the other figures, he does include a Collect and Connect piece to complete the Superpowers colored Caliback, and he comes with the largest piece being the torso, since of course he is the smaller figure. Now, just like with all the other figures, the Caliback piece is just individually bagged inside the mailer box and not actually on the Superpowers blister card. So there you go, my friends. There's a look at Mr. Mxyzptlk. He's a cool action figure, and it's nice being able to add this guy to the collection. But let me tell you, $30 is going to be a hard pill to swallow, I think. It's tough paying $30 for a small, tiny little action figure just like this. I have no doubt that the hardcore collectors of this line and the big-time fans of Superpowers will still throw down the money to buy this guy. But I can imagine it being tough to want to spend that kind of money, and I certainly don't blame you guys. But if this is something that you're interested in, Mr. Mxyzptlk here is actually part of the second wave of Mattel's DC Superpowers collection, which should also be available sometime this fall on MattyCollector.com, so just stay tuned for the announcement of the sale date. Happy hunting, and until next time.